All right, guys, football's back. Here are my top 5 takeaways from our first preseason game.
Jets, Jets!
If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. We are talking preseason football, or as I like to call it, football with training wheels. Teams won't be showing their hands much in the preseason, especially two teams that are set to square off in the regular season. So what did we learn from this preseason game? At number 5, the new uniforms look legit. Now, I would love to have seen Bell, Leonard Williams, Marcus May, McClendon, Powell, or Khalil in those jerseys, but unfortunately that's going to have to wait. I really liked what I saw out of the offense and defense. It looks like they're going to be playing really fast this year. Fun fact, with the new uniforms, we are a 100% success rate on opening drive touchdowns. At number 4, Daniel Jones is a god. You guys should be. 5 for 5, 67 yards and a touchdown is something you should definitely be proud of. You're a rookie quarterback, especially in his rookie debut. And the Giants put Jones in the best situation they possibly could have. Now, they were playing without Barkley, without Tate, and without Shepard, but they still had him in with the starting offensive line, even when the Jets put in all their backups. So the guy that they were undrafted free agent. So more than likely, these guys may not make the team. So I don't think Jet fans have to read too much into this, but Giant fans, you can be excited for Jones. I think that's fair. One thing I do want the Giant fans to realize is that Christian Hackenberg also scored a touchdown on his first preseason drive, so buyer beware. At number 3, we have the kicking situation. Now, Catanzaro missed 2 extra points, and that is something that just cannot happen in the regular season. If you're leaving points out on the field, you're not scoring points on the scoreboard. It's not something that's going to help translate into wins. Now, we can't be spotting the Patriots or the Steelers or any of these good teams that we're going to be facing this year extra points. So obviously I think we need to bring in some extra competition in camp. I think we may have to wait until final cutdown days when teams start chopping their rosters down to their final 53 before we wind up getting a kicker. And realistically, a kicker doesn't have to be on our team for preseason for us to know he's pretty good. If we wait till cutdown day, we're going to find a kicker that has been kicking accurate field goals. Now, yes, the wind in MetLife swirls a little bit, but I think that's something that we'll be able to figure out. At number 2, I really liked what we saw out of Chuma Edoga, our 3rd-round pick out of USC. Edoga played with Sam at USC. He played right tackle. This preseason game we got to see. Now, obviously, he was playing with backups, but I do think there is something to be said for an offensive lineman that is showing that kind of skill set early on, because he is playing against other guys that were drafted probably around where he was. This is going to be something that I'm going to try and watch over the next few preseason games just to watch how he develops. If by some strike of luck that we wind up getting a left tackle in the 3rd round or a right tackle in the 3rd round, I think this could be absolutely huge. At the very least, it's going to be solid depth for an offensive line that doesn't have much of that right now. At number 1 was the defensive line. Now, we didn't really get to see these guys at full strength because Leonard Williams and McClendon were both out for this game. Quinnen Williams was in on 11 plays, and he was in on that second drive that Daniel Jones scored a touchdown on. Because he was playing with backups, he wound up getting a lot of those double teams, and I think that's something, to be cognizant of as a Jet fan. Don't be upset that Q did not put up these great stats that we got to see in college. I wouldn't put too much stock in a lot of this stuff. The other part I did want to see more of was for as long as the Giants led in that game, you're really not going to be able to tee off on the other team. I think Polite is going to be good. I think we'll see more full strength when we get Leonard Williams and McClendon back. I think Quinnen not getting double teamed so early is something that's going to obviously help him moving forward. Guys, those were my takeaways. Let me know what you think down below. And as always, go Jets.